Wow, so it's been 2 years already. Um, I've been looking back at some of these videos. What a story. What a great time in our lives. I know between my chaotic emotions that couldn't be tamed or everybody else's issues and, manic depression between everybody or whatever it was. There was a lot of discord, but we had a lot of fun, didn't we? Like, we had a lot of fun. I do plan to make videos eventually. I don't know exactly which direction I want to go. Just to be real with you, I've never really let you guys in on who I am. So, but, I have other things going on. I've always had other things going on. I've never not had things going on. I mean, I have resources, I have outlets, I've got money, I've got friends, true friends, I believe. I have so many blessings. I've always been very spiritual. There was a time years ago where I went on these spiritual expeditions in my life because there was nothing else going on. And I know things about life that other people don't know. And these are things that I know that there's a lot of people in Graal who are just so toxic and evil. They're just rotten evil to the core, and they've done nothing with themselves, and they have no plans to do anything with themselves. And they've never seen me or you or anybody else as anything more than an opportunity. It's very easy to harvest children because children can't do anything about it. So there was a time when I tried speaking out about my spiritual experiences with people in the community, and it's not a place to talk about it. Graal is a crazy cult ran by people I don't need in my life, and neither do you. But we've had some good times. 2 years ago was miraculous, and the things that all of us did, all of us, no matter who you were, whether you were the 774 kids who got banned for being unruly, or you were, that guy who wanted to be the soldier who changed everything. Or whether you were just somebody who wanted to make a difference and you believed that you owed it to God. There were so many people, and we just had such good times. It felt very, not fruitful at the time, but that was a time in our life that I felt like was magical. There was a community of underaged kids and adults who were preyed upon as kids who, are coming out of indoctrination and theft and abuse and false bannings and accusations and this whole stolen empire. And to have us come together like that, yeah, it's impossible, I guess, to make something like that as perfect as it could be, because that requires so much retrospect that you only get after the fact. But I feel like what we had was just really priceless. And I took my videos down for many reasons. I was tired of the drama. Those videos, they were pretty high quality, but they aren't a true reflection of my work, my expertise. I can do way better. I had to throw them up just to get a point out, and they were very disorganized in a lot of ways because I was so confused and talking to an audience that was so confused. But I was just going back through them, and they were funny, and they were full of memories. We did the impossible, and the government wouldn't help us. The FBI wouldn't help us. It didn't matter who we called upon, to expose this abuse and this theft that was taking place. So we did it, and it was really good times. So anyways, I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. My name's been trashed, even though that's not who I am. My name has been trashed, and it always was. This was always part of the plan. So, I've got a channel with with 370,000 subscribers. I do have a channel, which I could use to expose all of this and go big. I could go big with it. I just don't know if I want to have my life centered around some fucking tragedy that doesn't seem to fix itself. Because in the end, social justice is as lovely as an idea as it is. There's no funding for that. Do I want to spend the rest of my fucking life, talking about this tragedy? I feel like I need to do something. Like, I've got other things going on that's nobody's fucking business, and it's not like I'm not doing things, but a lot of the things that I do, they're either spiritual or they're very personal, and I don't need people to know about them. So, maybe I'll do something with that channel. Maybe. There's ways, I guess, to get justice, and I don't know. The problem with this idea of justice is that, I was raised in this Christian belief system, and do I believe there's a higher power? I mean, I guess. I don't. I've talked to a higher power through rituals, spiritual rituals and seances, and I believe that it's real, but I'm not going to spend the rest of my life waiting on a divine hand to fucking do something, because, every day passes and it's like, okay, well, that's another day that you could have done something, or that's another day you could have done something. That's another day that, life could have been where it was supposed to be. And I don't think that this is some lesson. I just think that at some point you have to fucking stop waiting. So I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. There's a lot about me that you don't know, and I probably won't tell you, because I'm tired of spending my life being harassed by child predators and pleading my case with children who are devoted to them. It's exhausting. It goes nowhere. It does nothing. What am I supposed to do? The government here is corrupt. Anybody with half a life's experience can tell you that the government here is corrupt. Parts of the government are helpful, but other parts are really a hindrance. And so you can keep hoping for that to work out, or you can stop believing and figure out the best way to manage your energy. Because one thing that's not good for me and that's not productive is pouring fucking 6-8 hours into a video for people who don't care and they don't appreciate it, or they're jealous of it and they have the motivation, the psychopathy, and the energy to tear it down, and nobody cares and they think it's funny. Like, I put a lot of time and effort into defending myself and other people, only to be ripped off yet again. Like, my games were ripped off, and then my videos were fucking ripped off, and I had horrible people telling me that they were going to expose me, and there was nothing to expose. And I have random people sending photos of me, like calling some other fucking child predator a faggot, like I'm supposed to be afraid of that. There's all this weird cancel culture stuff about, if we don't like the way you think, we're going to label you a Nazi, we're going to ruin your life, we're going to make reports about you, we're going to harass you for using the word faggot. And I am a homosexual, like, I can use that word if I want to, but there's creeps who were supposed to be my friend, and they're like freaking out because their virgin ears heard me say some fucking profane word, as if that's what life is all about, And I'm not that type of person. I don't care if I fucking offend you. Like, if that offends you, then we're not friends. Like, there's no such thing as friendship, and me constantly having to goddamn defend my fucking soul to you because you think that I could say or do something that's going to offend you. That's not love. That's not loyalty. That's not friendship. That's not righteous judgment. I don't want this fucking ugly generation of people. This ugly generation of people constantly in my fucking ears telling me about how angry they are at me, about how what a piece of shit I am, about how fucking big of a liar I am, when I do nothing but speak the truth if I can, as much as I can. Telling me about how fucking useless I am, about how much of a fucking deadbeat I am, when I've worked my ass off my whole fucking life and never got fucking anywhere for it. I've never fucking got paid for it. Because money's one of those resources where if somebody's desperate for it, you can exploit them to no end and they'll never get anywhere in life. That's not a free economy. That's not a free economy, and I know what it is. And I'm just it's something that you don't know because you're children or you were teenagers when I'm talking to you. But I'm sick and fucking tired of listening to you all just scream in my fucking ears about how fucking perfect you and your fucking friends and some other person you met online who you don't know must be, just trying to win some ego war with me. I just don't want it anymore, man. There's people who were supposed to be my friends and told me they wanted me to be their brother. And they're sending screenshots to people I fucking know about me telling some fucking child predator off and telling them how, oh my God, Antago said this word. Stop talking to him. I'm not your fucking property, dude. I can say what I want to fucking say. And if you don't like my fucking language, then get the fuck out of my fucking life. I'm just better off alone because I feel like this society is just so fucking desperately obsessed with their own social stance and popularity and advancement in likes and online attention and this and that and my account here and my account there. None of that has anything to do with fucking friendship. None of it. And I would rather be broke and putting a bullet in my fucking head than fucking live like that. I don't want to live in a life where I can't sing and dance and move and say what I goddamn fucking want to fucking say and defend myself without having to then defend myself for defending myself. And that's what's happening here, And it's not just happening here, it's happening all over this fucking society. You're happy and somebody has to make you miserable because they can't have you being happier than they are. And they can't stand you being successful. They want your fucking success for themselves. I just don't know what I want to fucking do anymore because I'm tired of it, dude. I'm tired of living behind computer screens. I'm tired of listening to people drown out the truth and having to fucking constantly redefend myself. I'm sick of listening to fucking people turn on me because it's just more advantageous for their popularity and their ego stroke to go find some other fucking group of people to amuse them. You can do that endlessly and you'll get nowhere. You'll just have a lot of fucking people circling around you, giving you adulations, giving you accolades. But none of this means that they fucking care about you or that they know you. None of this means that they're fucking truly loyal to you. Or if they are, none of that means that they know what they're doing. Are they loyal to you for the right reasons? Or are you just two people living under some kingdom that we hope is made by God? And sharing in a similar humanity. That's what I want for my life. And that doesn't seem to exist in America anymore. That doesn't seem to exist. And the more that time goes on, the more it seems that other people are abusing their platforms and power to make sure that life gets further and further away from humanity and keeps redefining humanity as some casino of attention on social media. I don't want that for my life. I don't want that for my life. I'm tired of it. I'm so fucking tired of it. And I know a lot of you are too. I know a lot of you are. Sometimes it's better to be lonely and just enriched through imagination and personal space than it is to have all these people outside you telling you that they approve of you. And there's a lot of people in society. I'm not the first person this has happened to. Sometimes the most talented people are the ones who get fucking slaughtered first. And I do have a lot of talent. And I use it for other purposes. I'm not using it for social justice. I'm so tired of that. I know that my videos could have been better, but they were pretty cool. And I know a lot of people loved them. And we had a great time. And I thank you for that. I do thank you for that, all of you, because we had a really good era. We had a really good era, and it was, I think, very nostalgic because it was real. It was real.